These are the tribulations of Paulette. Today finds me in a self-induced sweat, trying to throw together an outfit for lunch with Ted, my high school boyfriend. My body is in a confusing personal midlife state, brought on by the nonstop onslaught of chia-laced protein shakes, weight-bearing exercise, and booze. This has caused a seismic shift in my small frame. From behind, I could be mistaken for Sally Struthers. So why would I presume that I could get even a leg into my TJ Maxx Prada trousers? I asked my husband Dave, who knows that I'm having lunch with Ted, if the trousers make me look fat. He reminds me that only fat makes you look fat. It seems like breakfast occurs every 15 minutes in my house. So after I clean up the oatmeal dishes and cart everybody off to school, I call my best friend Dolly to see if she'll take me to her yoga class. She is thrilled to be asked and tells me she'll drive by to pick me up in half an hour. Over the years, Dolly has become completely unconscious of how she appears to the non-enlightened world. She often performs in her car at red lights, like putting her leg alongside her ear. In our yoga-obsessed neighborhood, that move is usually answered with a counter by the occupant of the other car. Dolly enjoys the occasional week at Kripalu, although she was asked to leave toward the end of her stay last summer for smuggling in a bottle of Deep Eddy grapefruit vodka, which the needy spiritualists fought over. Then somebody brought out a vape pen and, well, that was the end of that. Dolly swings by to pick me up in her enormous rusted-out 10-year-old gas-guzzling SUV. She's in the perfect Lululemon yoga outfit with a matching headband holding back all 100 pounds of her curly, crazy red hair. "You're gonna love this," she says. "We're going to the Scotsman." "A Scottish yogi?" I ask. Like the Irish, I didn't think the Scots were that introspective. "This guy is amazing," she tells me. "You're going to feel great, and you're going to look great for your lunch. Remember, lunch is all you're having." I nod nervously. You see, Dolly knows Ted from way back when I was single, and he came to town for a little business visit. I brought him to the restaurant that Dolly owned with her celebrity chef former husband. While Ted swigged martini number 2, Dolly cornered me in the ladies' room. Her assessment of Ted and his shiny gold wedding band yielded 2 words: watch out. Dolly knows a player when she sees one because at that point she was married to one herself. Dolly was right. Later, I was forced to put Ted and his erection in a cab and send them both back to his hotel. The Baptiste Yoga Studio is packed when we arrive, and it's about 500 degrees. Also, it stinks of humanity. Indeed, a little Scotsman is the instructor, and although he is not wearing a kilt as I had hoped, he makes up for it with the accent. The heat gets to me fast, and at about halfway through the class, I tap Dolly on the shoulder. "I've got to get out of here," I say. "Are you okay?" she asks, breaking the camel pose. Instantly, the tiny Scot bounds over. He yells, "No, no," and he shakes his little finger in my face, chiding me. "Do not disturb your friend in her pose." Others in the class remain in pose, but turn their heads to stare like statues suddenly come alive. I am mortified. I roll up my mat and sheepishly make for the door, only it's so crowded that I end up stepping on a few hands on my way out. "Will you watch out?" one woman hisses. In the lobby, I catch sight of my face in a mirror. Now I'm Sally Struthers with rosacea. 3 hours later, my heart is still racing, and I'm packed like a sausage into the Prada trousers. I hug Ted hello at the entrance to the Bristol Lounge. "Look at you," Ted says. "Did you run all the way here?" "Unsuccessful Scottish yoga," I tell him, and he laughs. We proceed to the pleasantly empty room at the Bristol where we order a bottle of wine and begin to regard each other secretly while we compare notes about children and spouses. He's very skinny, and I notice he's got a bald spot. At the same time, I wonder if he is thinking about Meathead and Archie Bunker when he looks at me. We talk a lot about how he's faring at his hedge fund, which has been up and down since '08. I mention that I'm doing my part, but decide to keep to myself the fact that I managed to reduce our family's expenditures by limiting Restylane shots to just one side. A delicious lunch comes and goes, as does most of another bottle of wine. Uh-oh. There's not a soul around, and here we remain talking and laughing. More than once, Ted puts his hand over mine and tells me how great I look and how good it is to see me. It's really good to see Ted, too, even though there are reasons that Ted is not my husband that I will remind myself about later. Right now, though, I am brimming with self-confidence. I feel better than I have in months. And then Ted, with balls of steel, suggests that we go up to his room. "Danger, Will Robinson!" I hear the Lost in Space robot say in my head. "You know that's not a good idea, Ted," I say, and he says, "Of course it's not a good idea, Paulette, but let's go anyway." I'm putty in his hands. 100 lurching paces later, I find myself in the bathroom in Ted's room at the Four Seasons, watching while he does a few pinch hitters. And for the second time today, I'm in the wrong place with a red face. So here we are, surrounded by creamy marble slabs and diptyque toiletries, slightly tipsy and now enveloped in a cloud of smoke, when Ted says, "Come here, you," and pulls me to him. Our eyes lock. Our lips are about to meet. I'm a flood of emotions. And then all of a sudden something doesn't feel quite right. And I say, "Ted, I can't do this." When suddenly and without warning, all 6'3" of Ted is ripped from my grasp by a tremendous electric jolt that runs through us both. An invisible force has hurled him across the room to the floor, where he squirms around like Curly from the Three Stooges, caught up in the bath mat. He repeats, "Oh my God," clutches his chest, and then, "Call 911, Paulette. Please, call 911. It's my defibrillator. I think I'm gonna die." You're listening to the very groovy sounds of Mr. Eric Fontana. Next time, I'm not his wife. Till then, ta-ta. Brother, can you help?